If I didn't patch this, the gap could have been up a little bit high so that when the carpet goes there, maybe you see a wall that's unfinished there. So you kind of think about stuff like that. So I filled that up with caulking. I've got 2 coats on there. I did the same thing there. I don't care if it's 100% perfect because I want some dips and doodles in there to match this wall. Because see, it's not smooth, is it? Look at all that. So see, I did the same thing for screw holes, for pictures and stuff like that. I put that on there, and then I put a little bit more stuff in there and knocked it down. You know, like that. See how it's kind of knocked down on the sides? And I even had to check down in here. I'm gonna have to do a once over on stuff like that because tomorrow I'm gonna paint some more. I'm not gonna do any cut-in tomorrow just yet. I'm not gonna cut in the ceiling yet. My main thing is I want to do the body. I want to do the body of the walls, and I'll end up using my my big 9-inch frame tomorrow. I'm not going to use the mini roller. I'm going to use the big one with the big cover, and I know we've got 1 or 2 of those covers somewhere, and that will go really good for all of the walls in the bedrooms. And I'm only going to be able to get it so close to the inside corners and up against the windows and up against the wall, ceiling, and up against the shelving and stuff. So see in here, all of this little bit, I'll do what I can with the big roller, and then I'll get my mini roller out with that smaller roller cover so that I can get in there, and then I might have to get up on the ladder or something and get it up closer up to the ceiling without hitting the ceiling. I don't want to cut in, you know, 4 or 5 inches there. I'd rather just cut in maybe 1.5 or 2 inches. And so I might take the mini roller up there and run it, you know, flat ways this way, so I can get it up there kind of high, close to the ceiling without hitting the ceiling. Because with the big roller cover, it's hard to judge that, especially around light switches and electrical outlets. And down at the baseboard, that baseboard line, I may have to take my mini roller, and then I can kind of get it down there sideways and run maybe all the way down the side and up around the plugs and stuff, and up around the door frame, the top and the side, and around this trim before I get the big roller out. Maybe, you know, I'll have to think something, or I'll start the big roller first maybe and not get it over any further than I have to, and then get the mini roller out. So I'll have two paint rollers going tomorrow, the mini roller and the bigger roller. And you know, I might not even need that extension pole. If I don't use that extension pole, I can take it back to Home Depot. I might be able to use this broom handle for my extension pole on one and my broom handle for the other one. Okay, and I'll get all set up for that, and then when I get ready to do my cut-in paint, I'm going to use this, you know, up next to the ceiling, and it cracks me up. Some people stand there and hold it. Here, let's show you. Let's show you something here. I've seen people hold it like this and paint. Well, that's not the proper way. The proper way is you put your hand up underneath it and you hold it like that. Left hand, right hand. You know, this one even had a little magnetic strip there. I'm like, what's that for? And up at the ceiling, I'll probably use my throw away paintbrush, and see the metal here? This is a magnet. So when I'm painting, I can just set my paintbrush on that, because that's a magnet right there. Okay? I just hold it like that, and when I fill this up with paint, I'll probably only fill it up about yay far. I don't want to fill it up all the way. It'll be too heavy too. I can keep dipping more paint in there later. But see, I can just do that. And I'll get up on the ladder, and then I can dip and go, dip and go, dip and go. So I thought I would try that tomorrow or when I get ready to do the cut-in. And so it's a work in progress, and I've done all the painting of the ceilings just on my own. And it took me 2/3 of the day, because I did caulking this morning, and I fixed all kinds of tears and gouges on the baseboard here. Look at this baseboard. This room I still have to do. See all that kind of stuff on the baseboard? You're thinking, oh, you have to replace a baseboard like that? Look at this over here. See? I see all kinds of stuff like that. And I just use my caulking. I put a little bit of caulking on there, you know, on the side and over there. And I run my finger at a strategic angle both ways. And I build that edge up. And I did that in 3 bedrooms so far. This one had all kinds of bumps and doodles on them. And I've patched it as good as I can get it. And then when I get ready to paint that, it'll be fine. And I've even got some stuff on the door frame. See right there? That's somebody whacked it with something. This is all that trim that's not real wood. It's like MDF, it's paint grade, but on the inside, you know, things get whacked off. I'm just gonna fix stuff as best I can and move on. Okay. And I'm just using my caulking. That's all I'm using. Even this, see, there were some bubbles right here. And this is that fake wood again. And so what I'll do with that is I'll probably skin it with caulking before I get ready to paint that. And that'll probably be better than just painting it. Or I might put Kills primer on there first, lightly sand that. Maybe I can do that too. But if I have to use that other, you know, I'm just going to make do with what I have. I'm not going to use my spackle. I'm not going to use any sheetrock mud. I'm not going to use any painter's putty or anything like that. Okay? And it's going to look really good when I'm done. I'll keep showing you different ones, you know, but we're getting ready to go for the night. And Momi's in the car waiting for me. I told her I was going to make a quick video. She was like, hey, how come you're not making videos? Why aren't you showing people how to do painting like you're doing? And I'm like, well, by the time I set it up, it's going to take me longer. She's in a rush. We're trying to get out of Dodge in a week or so. Okay, but I don't know if we're going to make it. And I have so many painting videos on my YouTube channel. Go through my playlists and look for paint. Everything about painting, or I don't know, I'm sure I've got, it's under something under paint, okay? And I show you tips and tricks along the way on different projects, but this one I'm just kind of talking you through what I'm doing in these rooms and everything, and how we're ending up doing all this stuff. See all this tile floor? All this tile floor, this room here was protected just by this craft paper, this piece and that piece right there. Okay, when I did around the edge, I just ran that down there 3 feet out, and I did about 1.5 feet there along the side, 1.5 feet up that way, 1.5 feet over on that side, and then I had my 3-foot piece there, and then I only painted to there, and I went all the way across, and then I moved my craft paper over, and then I did another 2 feet, went up, moved the craft paper over. And actually, you'd think, man, that seems like it's going to take a long time. It doesn't take that long. And see, the other good thing is I can see where the drips are so that I don't step in them. By the time the drips are on there a little bit, they dry, and I can slide this over with my foot. You know, the craft paper. I don't need any drop cloth. I just slide this over with my foot. Just slide it over, push it up against the baseboard, you know, however I need it. You know, with the long 10-foot piece, this piece here is 10 foot long. And I ran that just down the middle of the hallway. You know, when I did the paint on the ceiling here. Everything's fine, you know? No paint droppings out on this floor, nothing. I think I had one little drip where I went up on the ladder up here with my roller extension, and Momi wiped it up. Hey, it's fine. That would clean up. Ultimately, I have to clean this entire floor. Well, I'm not going to do that until last. you know, and I'll take my simple green and I'll take my wire brushes and stuff, and I'll clean that and wipe it all down, and it'll look really good. And talking about cleaning and stuff, oh man, I scraped for probably 2.5 hours yesterday. My hand almost has a mark on it right in there, almost like a little callus, and it was discolored to a certain extent from pushing and pushing and pushing to get all this caulking off, because they caulked the bottom of this baseboard and it was separated. I showed you that before. You've seen that. Well, I cleaned it all off. I cleaned it all off on all the base where the tile, where the baseboard sets on top of the tile. Okay, in the bathrooms and all this whole area, this whole thing, and the front room, even the closets. Even these closets had it, and I've got it all scraped off. Remember, I was talking about that the other day. I was thinking, okay, what's the process? What should I do? Should I put the caulking down first, and then when I do the paint on the baseboard, cut it in with that, put masking tape on there? I thought, nah, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a roll of masking tape down, probably. And I went back to the store. Remember, the other guy, he had some blue tape, and it was actually wider, and it was only 3 rolls. Well, I went to the store, and I was going to get this stuff here. I like this, but it's like $7 a roll. And I got 6 regular masking tape, and for a 6-pack was like, I don't know, $15, $16. For the price of 2 rolls of this, I got 6 rolls of this. And you know what? I'm going to do this whole job. What did they used to do when they didn't have blue tape for years? Yes, you're right. They used that kind of masking tape. That's right. And they still sell it, and that's what I'm using. And I actually use that for a line up here. See that line up? Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. I'm sure you're going to want to see the progress and on how this is coming along and what it looks like step by step before we put this for sale.